Hi, my name is Andrew Eade, and I'm the owner of an audiovisual production company called Creative Underground. We provide recording and live streaming services here in our recording studio in Leesburg, Virginia, as well as in the field. Our events range from concerts to corporate events. But this time of year, you'll most often find me streaming live sports, like youth ice hockey. Davis Blasek able to get a stick to that one and stop it from being sent out of the zone. Nice centering feed. Mason Harris, and they score! Mason Harris equalizes. It's 1-1. We always tell these kids these board battles are so important. Well, that board battle that Davis Blasek just won led to this goal for Mason Harris. It's now 1-1. Streaming live sports on your own is terrifying, ice hockey especially. I'm camera operator, commentator, switcher, scorekeeper, sound guy, and technical guru all wrapped up in one. I often have just minutes to set up or dash from one rink to another. Ice rinks vary from one to the next quite considerably. It's often a trade-off between getting a nice high center ice shot, which is not possible in many older rinks, and getting a good stable internet connection. And oh boy, the internet. This is always a challenge. Few rinks have Ethernet. If there is Wi-Fi, it's often guest Wi-Fi shared with dozens of YouTube-watching kids and parents, and the cell signal inside what is typically a steel building is practically non-existent. Couple this with the dread of something technically going wrong with my former OBS setup, where I had frequently experienced everything from hardware conflicts, audio stuttering, image freezing, all the way to the dreaded Windows blue screen of death, and you can understand why I was looking for a better approach than using OBS on a power-hungry gaming laptop. Power outlets are also rarely available at ice rinks, by the way. Over the last 18 months, I've been able to perfect my setup and process such that I can be set up in minutes, not be reliant on power outlets, move easily from one rink to another without having to completely break down and set back up, stream even in moderate internet conditions or record in poor ones, and absolutely nail all of the production quality aspects that I just mentioned. The Yolobox Pro has been the #1 game changer for me in this regard. My rig is already 90% set up when I take it out of the case, and so all I have to do is power everything up, run some speed tests, and I'm up and running in minutes. The anxiety of unexpected technical issues cropping up is gone, and I can relax and focus on calling the game and interacting with my audience. I bought the original Yolobox for my away games and tournaments, and it was a fantastic investment that solved all of the logistical issues I was having with my OBS setup. Then when the Yolo team added 60 frames per second to the Yolobox Pro, I decided it was time to add one of those to my arsenal of gear so that I could rival the image quality of my former setup. The only one feature that I was really missing now was slow motion replays. It's such a great feature for a high-speed sport like ice hockey, where it's often difficult to see how the goal was scored at regular speed, especially with all that I'm doing in the moment. A few of us in the Yolobox Facebook group had mentioned how amazing it would be to add that feature, and many of us had experimented with various approaches in the hopes of implementing something. But it would typically require more equipment, which means more failure points and setup time. The Yolo team were listening as always though, and in October of 2021 I was so excited to see the Yolobox team asking questions about the implementation of such a feature. I quickly shared my use case and how I currently accomplish it, and less than a year later we had this slow motion replay feature on the Yolobox Pro. Not only does the Yolobox Pro now do everything my OBS rig did, it does it in a smaller footprint, with better reliability, a faster setup time, and with no additional subscription costs for scoreboard or simulcasting. But the Yolo team weren't done there. The addition of the remote guest feature allowed me something that just was not easy with my OBS rig. I could now very quickly and easily pull in remote interviews or camera angles, even on the fly. This allowed me to connect with my audience in a whole new way and have them feel so much more included in our event and community. I have grandparents and absent players able to call in. I can do post-game interviews, bench cams, penalty box cams, and I'm still only starting to scratch the surface of its potential. I would be remiss to not mention the most amazing feature of the Yolobox, which is not actually a feature of the Yolobox at all, and that is the community that uses and supports it. The Yolobox Facebook group, all of its members, and the YOLO team that monitor and support it are the key differentiator against any other product or in fact any equipment that I've used. Answers and experts are a click away. Best practices and ideas are shared freely, and suggestions are quickly converted to new features and implemented by the YOLO team in software updates. I'm proud to be a member of this community, and I'm always on the lookout for ways that I can help give back to this wonderful group that has benefited me and my audience so much. It's actually one of the main reasons I'm still on Facebook, and easily the part of Facebook that brings me the most satisfaction. So, if you're looking for an all-in-one live streaming solution and that's what brought you to this video, let me save you some time. There is currently nothing else on the market that is this feature-packed, portable, and easy to set up and operate than the Yolobox. I'm a real Yolobox customer that purchased both of my Yoloboxes with my own money, and I'm sharing my story in the hopes that some might find it useful. Please do comment below with any questions. Check out some of my content at youtube.com/creativeunderground. And if I can be of help with audiovisual production or consulting, visit my website, www.creativeunderground.co. Thanks for watching, and happy streaming.